I mentioned in passing the Regional Tourism Organization. It continues slowly. We have a board seat. I sit on the RTO 13 board, the Regional Tourism Organization for Northern Ontario. It's a huge organization. It covers a vast area. It's the only one in the province that is subdivided into 3 subregions, 13A, B, C. And I'm not sure that anybody could say precisely, myself included, exactly what that means. The extent to which we are 3 independent organizations and the extent to which we are a single organization, that's still a bit of a work in progress. We had a very productive board meeting in Sudbury at the end of August. There have been implementation problems. We have received sometimes confusing and mixed direction from government. It's a work in progress, and I think government, we're still working out how to deal with us, and there are 13 of us and we're all different. It's been a work in progress in terms of us getting our act together as a board. We're unique among the 13 organizations, not only in having subregions, but in having deliberately formed ourselves over some objections from government as a confederation of existing organizations. So your existing destination marketing organizations like Sunset Country and Rainbow Country are full participating members. Organizations, sectoral organizations like NOTO and Direction Ontario are also members. And it's in some ways a somewhat unwieldy structure, and yet in other ways it's a structure that reflects the way the industry in Northern Ontario has historically chosen to organize itself and work. So it has its pluses and minuses, but it has also been, frankly, frustratingly slow to get off the ground. The upshot of it is we're nearly, at the moment, we are nearly halfway through the current fiscal year. The organization has a $4.2 million budget, and as a result of all of these problems, we have yet to spend so much as a single cent in this fiscal year. And I think that does not bode well. The organization is also charged with not only doing marketing, although marketing is a big part of what they do. We are a destination marketing and management organization and tasked to do product development work, investment support, workforce training and development, to really fix the things that limit the development and prosperity of the industry. And certainly when Greg Sorbera did his tourism competitiveness study, you in the industry, and I don't mean just our outfitter community, but everybody from the Toronto hotels to us, identified issues that resulted in 20 recommendations, and very few of those issues were about marketing. They were about investment support, gaining access to capital, labor force concerns, regulatory environment, basic public infrastructure like transportation and telecom. And some of those issues, at least in a passing way within our capability, are within the mandate of the RTO. And so I am concerned that, to my knowledge, none of the RTOs have done a very good job of addressing anything but marketing so far. And quite frankly, I don't think the needs of our industry, at least in Northern Ontario, will be well served by merely pouring an additional $4.2 million into marketing if we don't deal with some of those other fundamentals. I think it's a very unwise and ineffective way to proceed. But part of it's government's fault, but part of it's our own fault, because they gave us an organization to form, and so far we have not successfully developed an organization that is doing those things. So we both have got to get our acts together, I would argue, if we're to be effective and do a good job for the industry. And certainly $4.2 million appropriately spent could do a lot of good in Northern Ontario. I hope we move forward expeditiously on that one.